Conflict occurs whenever two people interact together. There's usually some form of disagreement, however minor, because people are seeing things in different ways and from different perspectives. Conflict occurs between at least two interdependent parties. One party usually has more power or is perceived to have more power. Each party asserts that they've got the right to any limited resources, to a particular ideal, or to a particular course of action, and it's through this assertion that conflict is likely to escalate. Each party can frustrate the desires of the other party, and there are often perceptions around compatibility. What is acceptable, what's not acceptable, what's compatible, what's incompatible. There are perceptions around resource allocation, and there are inferences around achieving goals. Conflict resolution is the practice of identifying and handling conflict in a manner that's sensible, fair, and efficient for all the parties involved. Conflict is a normal, inescapable part of everyday life. It occurs in any relationship from time to time. Even the best relationships have disagreements. These help to strengthen the relationship. Conflict is an opportunity to understand opposing parties' preferences and their values. In actual fact, without conflict, life would be boring. There are a lot of benefits to conflict. Conflict promotes growth and learning. Conflict promotes creativity and innovation as new ways of doing things unfold. Conflict promotes personal development. You have an increased self-awareness. You know what your strengths, what your weaknesses are, and it helps you to develop your interpersonal skills, your communication capabilities, and it helps you to build up a mutual understanding between other people. Conflict opens up communication. Conflict develops new perspectives, new ways of seeing things, new viewpoints, and so, therefore, conflict broadens horizons. There are four main categories of conflict. Facts. People see things from different viewpoints. They have different perspectives around what the facts are, what facts are needed, how the facts are going to be used. Methods. People have different preferences around how to go about doing a task, how to get things done, what processes should be used, what processes should be followed, what the procedures are. Goals. People are often working to different objectives and they're working towards different goals and different values. People have different basic values, different perceptions around what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad, and people have different judgments around things. What indicates conflict is anger and frustration in anybody, a lack of trust, a lack of honesty, poor decision-making, lack of motivation, low levels of morale, long-term unexplained absenteeism, and unmet business goals. Some of the issues that get in the way that lead to conflict are imposing your own goals and your own priorities without any debate or any discussion, attacking the other person's position, their viewpoint, their priorities, and suggesting that theirs is wrong and yours is right, minimizing or ignoring other people's concerns, suppressing any differences, going through the motions of managing any differences or managing the difference, working out how to resolve the conflict but then refusing to carry it through to its endpoint, refusing to temporarily remove any constraints, playing politics and taking things personally, which is easy to talk about, but it's very difficult not to do this in the heat of conflict when there's an intensity of emotion and emotions are highly charged. There is a cost to conflict, and this is often overlooked. It's not even thought about, and it's often not even considered. Conflict increases stress, and increased stress can lead to increases in absence from work. People go off sick. inappropriate decisions are made. The decisions, the outcomes, the goals may be unclear. People may be unfocused, leading to confusion, and resources are wasted in terms of delivering against some of these unfocused outcomes, some of these unfocused goals. There are costs around lower productivity, wasted resources. Divisions occur as people take sides. Time spent resolving conflict is going to have a cost associated with it, because when people are involved in conflict, they're not actually doing productive work. And when they're involved in resolving conflict, they're not doing any productive work. Attrition occurs because people leave the organisation through frustration. There are costs involved in replacing that person and going through the recruitment process. Costs may occur in terms of arbitration, mediation and negotiation around resolving the conflict, particularly if one of the parties remains unsatisfied or both of the parties remain unsatisfied, and this may lead to potential legal costs.